Okay, I really hope he comes in soon, and he is coming in, ladies and gentlemen, who we are bringing to the table here, welcoming him to 718 Radio is the next and the only king of Iroquois, Luke Wenke. How the hell are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great, and I'm going to adjust myself so the neighbors don't see my balls hanging out of my
From
robe.
Al Capone's old headquarters between Chicago and New York is this Jack who's about to take over all of New York City. Please keep this at least just R-rated. Please don't open that robe, mister.
Nope, it's not going to be.
Luke, come on, let's wake up. You're on air.
It'll be R-rated.
Okay. Say hi to the neighbors.
There we go. Okay, put my iPhone up. There we go. Good morning, New York City. I live in Olean.
Yeah, he definitely does. So Luke. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to edit this out later. Okay, ready?
Okay, yeah, I'll send it straight over.
Okay. Intro, take two.
Intro, take two. What's going on here? Do I look like I'm Bruce Lee in a fucking Bruce Lee movie right now?
You look fine.
Just so my lips are moving with the sound, or does it look? It looks like a fucking Bruce Lee movie. Look at this shit.
You're wearing your work polo. What are you doing?
Yeah, this is like my favorite shirt I have left. Yeah, these guys are the real deal. All right, well, it was a bad idea to have you go outside because you're in the middle of a fucking windstorm. That was stupid.
That's all you can hear is wind?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go inside. Let me go inside then. Okay, now we'll sit in here. All right.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, Luke, here's what's going on here. I really think you are the most passionate visionary who actually has a reasonable chance at making enough of an impact to be the national chair of the Libertarian Party. I think you're the only one that has superstar capabilities. I think you're really what the Libertarian Party encompasses. I really do. Quit smiling. I'm not trying to give you compliments. All right, take it easy. Okay. Here's where you're fucking up, though. Here's where you're fucking up, Luke.
Okay.
You shit on urban centers. You fucking hate us. You think we're all a bunch of scum. You have no idea the limousine liberals that dare claim that they're libertarians and who you're going to have to put up with. How are you going to relate to them?
Okay. So I have been to New York City plenty of times. For people who are watching this, I've been to New York City plenty of times. I took voiceover lessons at Edge Studio, and that was with the voice actors from Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. And I've been to film festivals down there, and I've stayed at people's apartments down there. So I'm much more than just a hotel tourist to New York City. So I have no problem with urban centers. I work in Buffalo these days, and I'm making a lot more than I ever have in my life. But the point is that these big government policies, whether people want to admit it or not, they come from bigger cities, and Daniel will agree with me. He understands that his ideology is not the majority in cities. And so you see this with this shutdown in New York State. Now, Andrew Cuomo, just today, I read, moved the opening date back up to June 13th. And you have Kathy Hochul, who's from Buffalo, saying, oh, Western New York's not ready. So that's the second largest city. So I don't hate cities. Cities can, in theory, be anarcho-capitalist, libertarian-type places, but they just aren't because, I understand a lot of people rent down there. And it's over $2,000 plus for rent. Up here in Olean, it's like $500 a month for a good apartment. Down there, It's expensive, and most people don't own property. Why?
Why is it $500 a month up there?
Well, obviously, we don't have penthouses and skyscrapers up here. These are just houses turned into apartments, basically.
So you don't have jobs. You
We
have
don't have decent jobs, but we once had good jobs. Here in Olean, we once had Gal Tile. That was a tile factory that moved to Mexico. We once had The Connection, which was a call center, which moved to Pennsylvania. New York State's minimum wage is much higher than everyone else's, and we want everyone to be paid as much as possible. But New York State has it's just like California. It has all these big government policies, and people leave. And I have no problem with urban centers. We need cities. I go to cities. I like cities. I've traveled. I'm not just some guy sitting on my front porch listening to the police scanner, drinking Coors Light all day. I have been to cities, but there needs to be some type of city-state approach to governing metropolitan areas, in my opinion, as opposed to, majority rule on a nonstop basis.
But don't you think that would create more state? I don't want to get too crazy on you, but don't you think that if we came up with a way to rule over urban centers and metropolises versus, where you live in an urban center, only as a city, dude. It's a city with no more jobs. And the consequences of a city with no more jobs is the property becomes worth nothing. And I think that's what's going to happen in New York.
With 1 million or more people. A city Olean could not survive if it was.
Yeah, but what about a city like Binghamton? A city like Binghamton is hanging on by a thread. It's not going to be able to survive this.
Well, how many businesses have been pushed out? How many? I don't know enough about Binghamton. How many industries have been pushed out of that city? Probably a lot. Probably these hyper environmental policies, for example. I know you care about the earth, Daniel, but fracking could totally be legal in this part of the world, and they could be high paying jobs, but they're not because people, these big government liberals in cities tend to they care about the environment way too much, at least in their minds they do, and so they outlaw things like fracking, and that's like tens of thousands of jobs that could exist up here.
But they don't outlaw cooking. They don't outlaw turning the heat on. They don't outlaw air conditioning. They don't outlaw those things. You know why? Because you need natural gas for every single one of them.
But that's an infrastructure thing. That's not like, okay, let's think of it this way.
They're the ones driving home that infrastructure. It was the Bloomberg administration and the Obama administration that turned New York City into the most naturally gas dependent place in the world. And you guys can't even make money off of, you got Olean residents, their tax dollars is going to go to subsidize natural gas fuel that was burned in New York City, and you guys are standing on top of so much goddamn natural gas. It's not even funny, and you can't even.
And why can't we drill it? Why can't we drill it? Now you just blamed Obama and Bloomberg for these things, but why can't we drill it? Because of this ideology that just comes from the majority of people. So they don't want next door. Who can blame them? It should happen in the woods, but
this shit's all fucked up. Yo, you got to turn your Wi-Fi up, dude.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but this is like some Bruce Lee shit.
Let me figure this out.
You're on some fucking. My internet connection is unstable. It's my internet connection, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's you. Yeah, it's not me. It's you.
I'm on my fucking computer.
I'm the one on my phone. What's wrong with you?
Of course. Are you serious? Are you?
Wow, we even have, guys. We even have better internet service here in Olean. We have better internet service here in Olean than New York City does.
Is that better?
I can hear you. It's a little choppy image. It's a choppy image, but whatever.
I can't even, bro. I can't even. I'm about to reset my internet because this is gonna send me in a fucking uproar. How come all of a sudden my fucking internet goes? I got a fucking 5G tower the size of my, right there on top of my fucking house, and my fucking internet goes. How is that even?
I'm using LTE on Cricket phone service out in the woods. What's
I'm getting fucking, my brain is getting microwaved by fucking 5G right now, and I got a fucking cable that's fucking me up right now. Some fucking loose connection outside.
Wow. New York City loses. New York City loses again.
You need me because nobody is going to really, really help you shit on the city quite like me. We
Black and white TV fuzzy. New York City.
Yeah. What I'm trying to get at is who the fuck are these people to not let you drill when we use fucking gas every single 5 minutes of our goddamn life?
We need to drill so we can afford not fucking 5G. We need like 20G. We're never going to get there unless we drill. If we could just fucking drill for oil, if it weren't for these New York City liberals, then yeah, we could have like 100G by now. We could have the Zeppelins up in the air, hovering above every square mile, giving us free internet, even in the woods of Killbuck, New York. But we don't have that because New York City.
Well, no. It's not because of New York City. I'm going to tell you why it's not because of New York City.
Okay. Why is it not because of New York City?
Because, and you know what? This is what it's going to have to take to win fucking governor. Okay? I'm going to tell you what it is. It's all the pieces of shit. All the pieces of shit that are scattered through all these cities in upstate New York that run the Republican establishments. Okay? That are riddled in corruption. The Carl Palladinos. Carl Palladino, what the fuck kind of argument did you put up to actually even have a snowball's chance in hell at winning the governor or Martin Molinaro? The problem is Western New York is full of a bunch of fucking gangsters. That's what the fucking problem is.
Well, it's a New York State. Actually, it's a New York State thing, in my opinion. It's really New York City and upstate. I've sat down with Carl. He's fine.
Yeah. Upstate is on they're on some fucking extra fucking satanic shit, dude. Every time I deal with any sort of bureaucracy at all in upstate New York, I'm just like, holy shit. It feels like a fucking channel to hell. These people are fucked up. I mean, man.
Honestly, the old mafia, the Mananos were Olean's family. It's still present in New York State. It's everywhere. It's not just New York City. It's up here too.
Yeah, they got sick of fucking around, so they joined the government.
Italians everywhere. Every state legislator I know is an Italian, even here in Western New York.
Hey,
I get it.
Hey,
I was raised by Italians.
Hey, thank fucking God there's Italians everywhere. Hey, thank fucking God. Count your lucky fucking stars. There are Italians everywhere. What would you rather? What would you rather? A bunch of fucking Chinese gangsters fucking ruling over you? You know what the fucking scariest thing about socialism is? Is it never lasts, and when socialism falls apart, the fucking gangsters take it over again. And we got to make sure that we're the fucking gangsters, because it's always a fucking gang. It's always a fucking gang. Okay?
Do you have a gang?
No. That's why if you either have a gang or you don't. And the people that have a gang are winning.
Well, I think we need to form a gang then. And
fuck that. We're just all fucking wild dogs that need to take a hill and then fight it out when we get to the top. First thing we need to do is take down the system. I don't give a fuck. And then duke it out from there.
How do we make New York City not big government liberal? How do we do this? How do we make urban centers stop voting Democrat at the level they do?
You just got to let them go broke, and then let them all go broke to the point where they can't fend for themselves and the government can't afford it anymore. See, the real reason why they tried bringing in Amazon to the city is because they knew they were going to be implementing this new world order takeover. They knew this was coming. So what they decided to do was they were going to bring in Amazon and prop Amazon up as our financial structure that was going to support and fund the new socialism. But the plan had to get going.
I'm aware AOC stopped that, and it was government money putting that there. So I'm aware AOC stopped even more waste from coming in. So that is a good thing that she did. Yes.
No, she really. I'll tell you what. When New York One finally reported that, boom, there's no more Amazon deal. Do you know who is front and center of that picture on New York One? Me.
Who's that?
Standing there in a yellow vest. Like even when AOC said that with enough activism, you could stop Amazon. At the public advocate debate at the New Kings Democrats, I got up there and I got on stage and I said, over my dead body will Amazon come. I went there with the yellow vest. I went into the city hall chambers and met those dickheads out of Seattle that were talking to the city council about what they're going to do. And I got up and I yelled at them. I was like, when are you going to show us your books? When are you going to show us what your plans are? Don't let these people in here. But listen, we can't. The fight isn't over.
Business like that. How do we bring business like that? Now, Amazon obviously gets a lot of corporate welfare. And how do we bring business like that to New York City and up here? By the way, on my camera, it shows you moving and talking, but I can't hear you. Your image is choppy still.
You can't hear me. I'm on some like Bruce Lee shit right now, right?
You're like,
you're
like doing this. There's no noise.
I'm doing video effects, and I'm just working on my Bruce Lee shit. That's it. But you can hear me fine, right?
We have better internet here in the woods, but yes, I can hear you.
My brain is getting fried by a 5G tower fucking 150 feet away from my head, and I have no internet.
5G up here. Nice, nice, healthy trees making the air nice and fresh.
You
live
fucker.
Longer and happier up here. New York City is going to perish.
New York City is going to perish. Yo. Do you know what's crazy? Like all of Midtown Manhattan, like you're not even allowed there. Okay. What happened? Yeah, you're not going into your office buildings. Dude, rats are taking that shit over.
The cockroaches aren't winning. It's the rats in New York City. We were wrong about the cockroaches.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad. We got to get the fuck out. I got to get the fuck out of here. I had my chance. I can't say I didn't have my chance.
So basically you're saying, wow, New York City sucks. We're all being fried. I need to leave. And I'm up here like, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Making money up in Buffalo. Buffalo even talks about New York City a certain way. I see these customers. They say New York City's – I'm not anti-urban. Listen to these people from Buffalo. Oh, my God. They're like, New York City stops us from doing this. New York City stops us from doing that. I think it's just unnatural for that many people to cram together in that city that I see in your background. Everybody's just miserable. Nobody has space. Everybody's wall to wall. Like, I'm just yelling in my house right now. I'm 28. I bought this thing for $10,000 in cash, and now it's a wonderful, beautiful castle. You can't do that in New York City. So nobody has privacy. Nobody has ownership in New York City. It's just so unnatural. You could like several million people leave New York City and go anywhere in the country, all one by one. New York City could finally breathe. You know, like New York City could have fun. You can work remotely these days. Why do people need to look? You can't even go in these buildings, as you're saying. So why aren't these people going to move somewhere else where it's cheaper and they can live remotely remotely? What?
Luke, here are the reasons.
What's that?
We're stuck in car culture. We're stuck in car culture. I know, but that doesn't matter. When you live in New York and the place is so walkable and basically the capital of the world, like the center, like when you turn on your TV, it's all being broadcasted straight out of here. And like, that's the least of it. That could happen in fucking Connecticut. Who gives a shit?
With the internet, with the internet, doing internet shows, I mean, TV, to whether we like it or not, TV is going to go away. And shows online they happen elsewhere outside of New York City. So the internet is really decentralizing a lot. And centralized urban centers, people will not see a benefit in living in cities anymore. And
listen, if you don't want to only fuck off of Tinder and Grindr, you move to the city. You walk outside and there's all these people, all these beautiful people trying to live a better life that come to the city, and you go to the coffee shop, you go here, you go there, you meet your people, you get to walk around.
Like that anywhere. It's like that anywhere. New York City is not the only social
no. New York City is the most walkable, coolest place in the world.
Okay, that is because you are there. Okay, so that is hometown pride kicking in.
That's flattering. That's flattering.
That is hometown pride kicking in. This exists everywhere. You can walk, you can sit and eat and talk with people anywhere when the shutdown's not going on. But This exists everywhere. It's New York City's crammed. It's economically just ridiculous for people to. Well, not everybody, but like these homeless people in New York City. I've been to New York City. I've seen these people. I've seen these homeless people. You could get them a job at Home Depot up here. Put them in the apartment. They're going to do much better up here than they will down there. You could fix so much poverty by walking people through the idea that they don't have to live in New York City. They can live somewhere else. They don't
Hold on. What? Did you just say that they can go get a job at Home Depot somewhere and live just fine?
I don't see any homeless people around here like that.
Well, whoa. Mr. Hold on. Stop.
You can fix homelessness.
Stop, Mr. Anarchy.
People a sense of community.
By giving them a sense of community?
I
going and working for Home Depot? You
yeah,
want them to be corporate, communist little cucks running around? The whole whole goddamn reason why half these people spend $3,000 on a one-bedroom apartment in the middle of nowhere is because they got big Wall Street dreams. They got big edge architecture dreams. They want to make it in the world. They're fighting for something. And the thought of waking up every day and working at Home Depot for $18 an hour makes them want to put a bullet in their head.
Homeless people.
Fuck the homeless people. This is America. You got no goddamn excuse to be homeless.
I can yell just as loud as New York City can.
Yeah, but you don't have enough battery, kid.
All the homeless people in New York City could be so much better off if we help them and give them a sense of community in rural areas and other bigger cities. There are no homeless people sitting around on park benches around Olean. If someone does that in Olean, it does happen. Within a week or two, they have a nice home. Someone is helping them. Why are there people in New York City homeless at this level? How do we stop this? Rent is expensive. You're just going to go from homeless to Wall Street in 2 seconds? No. You're going to have to give them an average job and a sense of community and family. So what is your response to that?
I just hope this Bruce Lee shit that I got going on in this video works in our favor, because if not, it's going to be really fucking weird. My response to that is, first of all, we're not anybody to give anybody anything. But what we need to do is we need to reverse engineer what the communists are trying to do or what the globalists are trying to do. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to take over our food supply, and the government is trying to take over whether we have the right to live in a house or not. Because trust me, if you don't pay your rent, it's not up to your landlord whether you have to get kicked out of your house. It's up to the sheriff.
How many $10,000 houses are there in New York City?
Well, if you squat in one, you could probably pull one off for 10, 20 grand.
Squat in, okay, what houses are in New York City?
There's some nice houses in New York City.
Houses. You've seen my house, Daniel. How many houses like this are in New York City?
Like that? Probably 500,000?
Probably on the outskirts then.
Oh, yeah. The outskirts. The Bronx? The Bronx has...
How much are they?
Now, a couple of years ago, like before 9/11, they were like Olean prices. You could get one of those things for like 100 grand, 200 grand.
Okay, so 9/11.
Now after 9/11 and after Andrew Cuomo fucked up the housing market with his HUD bullshit, a house is now $3 million in Brooklyn.
A house like this, $3 million.
Oh, yeah.
So big government policies have ruined people's opportunities to own private property, not be homeless, not sitting on the park bench feeding pigeons all day. So we can agree that good government has made things more miserable, yes?
No. I would say they made it hell, because big government, but it's like little government on a street in New York City. See, they want to preserve their street. They want to preserve their neighborhood, but then they want affordable housing at the same time.
Gentrification. They want to look nice and pretty. Yeah. No. Gentrification existed in Olean, and it didn't do a damn thing. You still got all these empty buildings downtown. Oh, but at least the building is green now. Okay. Yeah. Gentrification is artificially propped up, and yeah, we all want to live in nice towns, but the business itself should be able to afford to make itself look nice. So yes, but yeah, that is New York State. New York State throws money at smaller towns up here and says, "Here's $10 million, Olean. Look this up. $10 million, Olean. You have to have roundabouts. You have to have 1-lane roads instead of 4 on the main road, Union Street here. You have to
Wait, they were only allowed one
so
lane roads?
Union Street here in Olean used to be the widest downtown road in America. And the Miss America pageant happened here in Olean like a long time ago. And New York State said you have to update your downtown if you want our grant money. You know, there's no tax revenue coming in from local places anymore. So New York State says, here's money, but you got to do this. Yeah, Union Street is the main road in Olean. It used to be 4 lanes. Used to be a very wide road. Now there's like trees in the middle, and it's like 1 lane going this way, 1 lane going that way, and you can't cross over. There's that big concrete thing in the middle. So yeah, it kind of congested traffic a little bit. It does look, it looks nice. Oh wow, there's trees in the middle of the road, but it doesn't help traffic. And so New York State forces these businesses and these buildings and the roads to look a certain way. So
you know why they have roundabouts. You know why they have roundabouts and 1-way roads. It's not to try to keep your town small. Roundabouts and 1-way roads make it so they could track us easier.
Personally, I like roundabouts better than stoplights. I don't like sitting at a red light and nobody's coming left or right. So I like roundabouts. But what are your theories on how they're trying to keep track of us because of roundabouts?
Cameras.
We don't have cameras here. Actually, you know what? They tried to put cameras out in Limestone, and they tried to put little traffic cameras. Within 2 days, people threw rocks and toilet paper at it. Cameras, people have a sense of, at least not as much as I'd like to see, but people do have a sense of fight up here, and they'll take these damn cameras down. How about people in New York City all get together, throw rocks at the cameras down there? There's a good solution.
Dude, do you know what I did on Saturday?
What'd you do?
I went down to City Hall with a bunch of girls that were willing to get arrested for protesting. And I actually have to go there. I have to go soon to go down there again. And I yelled at the cops so hard and so well from across the street, so they couldn't arrest me, but they had to hear it. And while they were arresting these women, I said, "You selling out the Constitution for a pension." When it got 1 million views on Facebook, I competed with Jumaane Williams, public advocate, for who was getting shit done. And you know what? I went down to City Hall the next day, and the cops were like, "Yeah, we're with you on your First Amendment right. We're with you on your First Amendment right." And they're not going to.
New York City are just fine. Yeah.
They're not just fine. They're not just fine.
No.
They're not just fine.
Okay. What's the problem with the New York Police Department?
Although it took 5 years for them to fire Daniel Pantaleo, who stood over a guy and watched him die unnecessarily, 5 years. These guys are so scared that they're going to lose their job. They're scared that at any moment, somebody's just going to miraculously take their job away from them, which you were allowed to have sex with people you arrested until March 2018. How the hell are you going to lose? You're allowed to kill people at work.
After just having they arrested people and like raping them?
As long as it was consensual.
Who the fuck is going to have sex with a cop that arrests them? What is wrong with people down there?
You could argue that it happens up there too.
I am going to ask around. Who the hell has sex with a cop that arrests them and like torments their life? Look, that is not bondage. That is just like that is like self-hatred.
Well, how often would a cop take advantage of a drunk girl who is driving on the side of the road, and then the cop be like, "Yo, what did you want me to do? She was wasted. She was fucking."
The fact that New York City's like, "Oh, we have to make a law against having sex with someone."
The fact that it was legal for cops to have sex with people they arrested.
The fact that that is even a concept shows you how fucked in the head people are down there. They all need some space.
No, that's a New York State law. Okay, that's a New York State law that Mario Cuomo had 3 terms. This guy had 3 terms, and this guy was Attorney General, and he
You
could
were
have
10
put.
years older than me, so therefore I was not around when Mario Cuomo was really around.
Okay, dude, there was a cop that shoved a plunger up Abner Louima's ass. He shoved a plunger. A plunger. There was a cop that shoved a plunger up a Haitian guy's ass. Like that got arrested. Now, you don't just one day, and like the guy got so hurt, he had to go to the hospital. You don't just one day start sticking plungers up people's asses. That doesn't happen. Like, I mean, you start with like a little finger first, the first couple guys. And then you work your way up.
Nothing goes in my ass. I'm very
so
I don't
all of a sudden,
I don't
out of nowhere, one day you're gonna wake up and be like, "Yo, I had a crazy day. I ran a whole plunger all the way up some guy's ass."
Is this common? Is this a common occurrence in New York City?
Absolute police brutality is a common occurrence in New York City.
At that fucking level, that is like obnoxious. Now, last summer, I had to take a cop to court, and I had a lawyer. He pulled me over. I was working, and he pulled me over, gave me 2 bogus tickets because I talked shit about him online on Facebook. So small town, everyone hears about everything. I took him to court. He's a couple years younger than me. The lawyer I hired, he eventually. You're like moving and not even talking. I don't get your camera. Anyways.
Yeah, this really sucks. I think I got to end this anyway because this is fucking awful. This is Bruce Lee bullshit. I don't even know what's going to happen. And I'm going to miss this protest right now. So I need to see what the fuck's going on down there.
So are you going to take this and upload it?
Yeah, definitely will. I don't know how it's going to work, but
if you got to edit it, that's I don't know. But yeah. So do we have any other conversation topics we can talk about so we can edit that out and make a good clip?
No, what we got to do the next time we do a show, though, is like have a topic, give it 3-4 minutes of just fucking complete banter, settle down, give another topic, fucking go crazy on it for 5 minutes, back and forth like maniacs, settle down. That's what we have to do. This way we can break it up into YouTube clips.
Next time I'll sit in my office. I don't really like to sit.
And next time I'm going to fucking put a foot up fucking Cablevision's ass and make sure I get fucking cable right now. This is pissing me off.
My $62 a month Cricket phone service is obviously much more superior than New York City's 5G.
Okay, I hear you. I gotta go.
Okay.
I'm out. Bye.
Bye-bye.